Now, as you heard, the government wants to give all English councils the power to take control of local bus routes. The bus network so many people rely on is shrinking in England. So can this move turn it around? Well, here's the challenge. Our FactCheck team recently revealed the extent of bus cuts between 2011 and 2023 under Conservative-led governments. Miles travelled by buses, we found, had fallen 22%. Allow for the growing population, you get a per-person cut in bus provision of 28%. So what are the real-world effects of these bus cuts? We have some answers shared exclusively with us by the Institute for Public Policy Research. They've looked at the hit on local economies, where fewer buses means fewer customers for shops and businesses. And they estimate that bus cuts means people are spending £6.7 billion a year less in these local economies than in 2011. Bus cuts have hit jobs too. 3,000 jobs lost directly from people working in the local bus industry over this time frame, they estimate. Factor in the knock-on effects on local economies, they calculate 39,000 jobs have been lost overall. And what about the effects on roads, the effect of bus cuts on congestion? In 2023 alone, an estimated 1.1 billion more miles driven by cars and taxis than if the bus network had grown in line with the size of the population. A big impact.
We estimate that the increase in car and taxi miles that has driven is equivalent to driving between John O'Groats up in Scotland and Land's End down in Cornwall over 1.3 million times a year.
Well, bus cuts have also hit the worst-off communities harder than the best-off. The richest 10% of council areas saw their bus networks shrink by 13% when adjusted for population size, but the poorest areas far worse. They saw their bus network per head shrink by more than a third, 34%. Well, a spokesperson for the Department for Transport said after decades of decline, we are fast-tracking the journey to better buses by giving more powers to councils and investing £1 billion in services. The Conservatives, who were in power during this 12-year period, did not respond to requests for a comment.